welcome back, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time, and if it is, please consider subscribing. And if you manage to get to the end of this video and suffer my endless droning on, please click a like and feel free to share. Now then, I was just coming up past Thrush Cross Reservoir back there, and who should I see at the side of the road? The Mr. Silver Fox Travels Nick on his classic 350. So just stopped up at the crossroads there and had a good old chin wag for a bit. He's going to go give Mackenzie's Smokehouse Farm Shop a try. See what the scran's like there. And I'm just going to take a trip, or I'm going to take you on a little trip, which I haven't done for a while, right over the tops, down into Leighton Reservoir and then down into Massam, via a lovely little village called Lofthouse. Yeah, so good to see you there, Nick. Safe riding, my friend. Now some quite positive feedback from the last two videos of our trip up to the Tanhill Inn and then across and back down the northeast coast with VFR Mitch. And 99.9% of you prefer it without the music, that sort of landscape coverage. You just want to hear the sound of the engine and the occasional bit of commentary. So that's how it's going to be, and that's how it'll be today. You won't enjoy much of the scenery at that pace, lad. Anyway, each to their own. I'm bimbling today. Right, where was I? Any road up. So, never mind all that old bollocks. Yeah, that was a great trip up there with VFR Mitch, and a great ride back down the following day. Hope you enjoyed it, and note to brain, yes, in future I'll avoid the musical backing and just let you soak up the sound of either this classic 350 or the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Not the Pan-European, that'd just send you to sleep. That'd be a good case for making sure there was some music on. But anyway, any road up. So I've just done a little bit of research, and I've sent out to several dealerships, independent dealerships, main dealerships, locals, regionals, nationals, etc., right across the board. A little, shall we say, finger in the wind attempt at establishing what my three bikes might be worth in part exchange. Not that I have any intention at this time of changing any of them for anything, but I was just really curious because the internet chatter around residuals ranges from you know, your bike's worth diddly squat to there's never been a better time to sell your bike because used bike prices are through the roof, and all points in between, I think it's fair to say. So it's a bit of a confusing picture out there, so I thought, I know what I'll do a little bit of empirical research, a little bit of market research. Now you've got to be careful when you're doing this, sending emails left, right and centre to different dealerships asking for them to give you a part X value on your bikes, because you can appear for all the world to be nothing more than an internet tyre kicker, and I suppose I'm a little bit guilty of that, but at the end of the day, I've got three bikes, and yeah, I bought them all off the dealerships, which prior to buying them I most certainly bombarded with questions and queries and requests for part exchange quotes and what have you. Still ended up buying a bike and making them a nice profit into the bargain, so I make no apology for that. It's part and parcel of the business, guys. And to be fair, out of the I probably approached and got responses from 10 or 12 dealerships, and I only got one shirty reply. But I'm not going to talk about which dealerships. You know, I'm not going to give any indications as to who they were. I think that wouldn't be fair. But I will I will enlighten you as to some of the responses. Or one particular response. There were no issues with all the others, other than a huge variety of part X values. So my 3 bikes. Right. My Honda ST1300 Pan-European 2003 bike, a rare find because it's split mint from top to bottom. It's got just, well, when I got it, it had 11,000 miles on it. Unheard of virtually in Pan-European territory. And so I ended up paying for that beautiful bike the princely sum of just shy of £6,000. You'll normally pick up a Pan-European, probably one a good bit later for a lot less than that, but I'll bet you any money it won't have that mileage on, and it won't be in the same condition as mine. It genuinely looks like it's just come out of the Honda showroom. So there's that. Then there's my Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 in chrome, with many accessories, and accessories don't really make a great deal of difference when it comes to part exchange, except for luggage, which in my experience does make a difference. So and I do have the Givi semi-rigid luggage and the fixing frames and everything on that Interceptor. So I got that exactly a year ago. It's still well under warranty, as you can imagine, fully up to date, fully serviced, 2,700 miles on the clock, and I paid for that a year ago, let me see, something like 6,650, because it's the chrome one, they're a bit more expensive. And this, my beautiful little Royal Enfield Classic 350. Close your ears, because I'm not chopping you in for anything. There. I got this again from brand new less than a year ago, about 11 months ago. And I've fitted Royal Enfield pannier frames and their canvas panniers, so again, luggage. And this bike cost me £4,200 and something pounds. Yeah, 11 months ago, and still well under guarantee and fully serviced and all the rest of it. And well, all 3 bikes immaculate. So here's the second-hand value stroke part X trading value, as quoted to me as a sort of give you an aggregate figure and then a lowest and a highest. So the lowest quote that I got was as follows: Pan-European £3,800, which would represent a loss of £2,200. Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, £3,500, representing a loss of £3,200 in 12 months. Royal Enfield Classic 350, £2,000, representing a loss of £2,200 in 11 months. Now that's a bit eye-watering, isn't it? And that was from a main dealership and it was a part exchange quote as against one brand new bike, which will remain nameless. It's not important, but those were the circumstances. The average, I suppose, there was one exception which I'll come on to, but the average basically wherever I went was for all three bikes £10,000. So yeah, so £10,000 all within 12 months of the three bikes being purchased for, let me add this up, 6, 7, 12, 7, 6, well, 17 grand, just short of. So yeah, 17 grand forked out less than a year ago. Two of the bikes fully warranted, the other one split mint and fully MOT'd. All three with luggage, all three with very, very low miles, and so yeah, a loss of £7,000 in less than a year, basically. And that was fairly consistent, that figure. It has to be said, there was one dealership I approached, and that was an independent dealership, an independent family-run business, and just for the Classic 350 they offered £3,000. So between, you know, £2,000 and £3,000 it's £1,000 worth of grief or happiness, depending upon which way you look at it, but it's a massive difference. And really, I mean, that was against one other used motorcycle. And I suppose the moral of the tale is shop around. But consistently, the figure I was offered for all three bikes, £10,000, considering what I paid for them, did not support the emerging urban myth that there's never been a better time to chop your bike in. Let me know if your experience is any different. So here we are in Loft House. We're hanging a right by the Crown pub here and going over the tops. So yeah, so any road up, it was a speculative inquiry just to sort of generate a real world picture as to what my expectations might reasonably be at this present time, were I to be mad enough to chop in my three bikes for another one, new or otherwise, or any one of them individually for that matter. That's absolutely not my intention. It was just a bit of market research. So there you go, make of that what you will. Now the other thing, I thought long and hard about mentioning this, but it's bugging me that much, or it's bothering me that much. It's not bugging me, it's bothering me. I thought I'd run it by you good people out there, see if I could pool some received wisdom which is greater than mine.